For my Applied Conservation Biology video, I'll be covering the topic of ecological restoration. Ecological restoration is defined as the recovery of ecosystems that have been degraded or destroyed by human activity. Maryville University, as a result of being developed, engaged in destruction of ecosystems through the clearing of trees and excavation of land for the construction of dorms, parking lots, labs, and lecture halls. These development processes were, of course, necessary in order for the university to exist and operate. I think, however, that more could be being done with the land now that isn't being done. The land on Maryville's campus was formerly a forest ecosystem, and small areas of forest still do exist surrounding the perimeter of the campus. These forest systems are native to Missouri and provide homes for several species of birds, frogs, rabbit, deer, squirrel, and even bears. And while I seriously doubt there are any bears living near campus, every time Maryville begins a new construction project, they destroy and uproot these species. Just in the last year, Maryville cleared out a large area formerly covered in forest in order to clear space for an expansion. The desire for these expansions are obvious, as it will benefit the school financially to create more student housing. When these new dorms are made in place of the forest, it provides Maryville an opportunity to engage in reconciliation ecology. Reconciliation ecology, as denoted in Chapter 11 of our textbook, involves engaging in restoration within a developed area. And Maryville could accomplish this in a variety of ways. For instance, when new dorms go up, they could be constructed with rooftop gardens. These gardens have been used in urban settings and are very helpful in protecting biodiversity. They can function to produce a source of food for small mobile fauna such as birds, as well as even being a home for insects that are important pollinators. These gardens could also secondarily be used in botany or general biology classes or labs in order to maximize their practical use for the university, as it would cost more to construct a dorm with these in mind. It's this function of creating this habitat that brings me to my next idea, from Chapter 8, which focuses on establishing new populations. There's a lot of unused land on campus that's just bare grass, mostly what sits between parking lots. Rather than just letting these sit bare, nectar plants could be introduced to the campus. For example, if a population of milkweed was introduced to these bare places, the plants would support all manner of pollinators with its nectar, as well as being vital to monarch butterflies, which pass through Missouri in the fall month. These plants also have the benefit of being flowering, so the university shouldn't mind the look of them too much. So long as no one decides to eat any, they could be a very valuable asset to the pollinators that live near campus, giving function back to a completely cleared out place. Finally, in Chapter 13 of our textbook, it discusses how conservation is difficult to promote and requires education of its members, as well as conservationists being seen practicing what they preach. Maryville as a university has many tools in order to educate its student body as to the purpose and benefits of these possible changes, including bulletin boards and TVs set up all around campus. If successful in its conservation efforts, Maryville could continue on to be a university at the forefront of ecological restoration efforts as it relates to university management. This would not only market the university in a good light, but also allow it to be at the spearhead of any new ecological restoration efforts.